Hey guys, welcome back here. We're going to be back in another rebuild. We're going to be taking on the Colts this time. Face cam is back. I'm finally feeling a little better here. Finally got over the flu. So I'm hoping to be able to get videos up daily again, or at least I will try. But going ahead and taking a look at the Colts roster, we know their offensive line was greatly improved this year, so we're not going to have to worry much about O-line. Tight end, we do have Eric Ebron. I am going to throw Jack Doyle on the trade block because why do we need like two almost elite tight ends? So I'm going to throw Doyle on the trade block, see what we can get for him, and he's older than Ebron, so that's another reason why. Receivers, I'd love to get T.Y. Hilton, another duo, but the thing is T.Y. Hilton's going to start regressing a little bit, so we might have to find somebody that can take over the role for him just completely. So we're going to be looking for receiver help. We obviously have Andrew Luck, who should be a good answer for us. Let's actually throw Jacoby Brissett here on the trade block. See if we can't get a little cheeky draft pick for him, because I'm sure some team might want a QB that's a 75 overall, but we'll see. Marlon Mack, and I like the Hines duo there with Marlon Mack and Hines. Defensively, I did make a big move. I did go after DeMarcus Lawrence. I want to keep it kind of IRL stuff, and I know that's a talking point if he doesn't get franchise tagged by the Cowboys or re-sign with the Cowboys. The Colts are up there, so I'm just going to see what he can do on the Colts. Maybe see, what his future holds and if he's going to be any good for Indianapolis, so we'll see there. Defensive line, Jabal Sheard, I did throw him on the trade block the first rebuild when we did him. But I think I'll see what he can do. He is 29, but sometimes these higher overall players won't regress as much, but we'll see how he regresses. And if he regresses too bad, I will throw him on the trade block. I did move Toure here to the D tackle spot. I'm actually going to start him because I know finesse defensive tackles do pretty good in the sim, so I want to see how he does. So we'll go ahead and see that. Cornerbacks are it's a little tough. Kenny Moore, he's a young corner, and so is Wilson here, but they're not the highest of overalls, so I do hope they upgrade well. And I'd love to get another corner to go with Kenny Moore here. Safeties, I like where we're at with Clayton Geathers and Malik Hooker. Definitely a nice safety core, and linebacking core is pretty good with Walker and Darius Leonard, the monster. So all we need really is a right outside linebacker, maybe a little defensive line help. But other than that, we're still looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and set our season goal here. I'm going to set this for, let's go 9 wins. I think we can possibly be wild card berth this year, but it's still going to be questionable. We're in a tough division, but I'm hoping we can at least make the playoffs this year. Let's go ahead and see if we get any trade offers, though, for any of these players we did put on the board. Alright, guys, we're back here at midseason. I actually did forget to show the trade, but there was only one offer, and it was for Jack Doyle. So I ended up trading him to Detroit, and they were willing to give up a second-round pick and a 7th-round pick here for the 2019 draft, which I thought was pretty good. He's a high overall as well, so all in all, I'd say it's a pretty fair trade, but I am going to start accepting whatever the CPU does offer because, they're offering it, and a lot of the times I have to give the CPU favorable trades. I know it's the CPU, so you can sometimes cheat them, but I try not to do that, but I'm just going to accept what they do give me from now on, like I did there. So yeah, we get a 2nd-round pick and a 7th-round pick for this upcoming draft. Right now, we are 5-3, ahead of the division, which is nice. We're 1 win behind, ahead of the Jacksonville. Let's go ahead and see the players we're going to have to re-sign. We're going to have to re-sign DeMarcus Lawrence, that's for sure. He's going to want a nasty contract. Oh, good Lord. 85 mil over 6 years? Well, the Colts have the cap. So, we're going to accept that because when you look at his stats, look at those finesse moves, dude. How is he not higher than a 91 overall? He's got 94 finesse moves. He's got good speed. He's got great power moves. So, all in all, I like him as a player. Definitely want to bring him back. I'm going to let Pierre Desir go. I'll try to bring back Adam Vinatieri for another year. I'd like to keep him till he can retire because, he's one of the best kickers. Clayton Geathers, I do want to bring him back. That's one of the guys I was looking for. I think is going to upgrade into a good safety. He's only 26. He's got scheme fit already. And he doesn't want a huge contract. That's not going to be a massive cap hit. So that's definitely doable. I want to keep this decent young offensive line together. So I do want to bring back Lewinsky. And other than that, Mathis Farley, I'm going to let him go. because he's a strong safety as well, and I'd rather bring back Clayton Gathers than him. So other than that, not a whole lot of people I'm going to bring back. Get a little bit more cap room, most likely, by releasing some of these players. So the main guys I do want to bring back is going to be Glowinski here, Gathers, Vinatieri, and DeMarcus Lawrence. So that shouldn't take up too much cap. We should still have a decent amount of cap to go out in free agency and make some nice signings. Nice. Well, we're in the playoffs. That's definitely a nice start here to the rebuild. It's always good when you can start the playoffs in the first year, because you know your team is at least playoff caliber. So that just means we have to get better than we already are, and I don't think it's going to be hard, because there's a couple positions we can fill in free agency if we do get there. But let's go ahead and take a look at the upgrades real quick. So, I mean, has there ever been a rebuild where Quentin Nelson hasn't upgraded into a monster? Because every rebuild I've done, I mean, he's gotten up there really quickly. Let's go ahead and upgrade, though, Kelly, because it's always good to have a good center. Let's go ahead and try to get him that agile scheme fit. Even though probably going up an overall would be more better, but if he gets scheme fit, that's definitely going to help out a lot. He gets up to an 85 overall here. In case you guys are new to my rebuilds, I do like to upgrade one offensive player and one defensive player, just so it's not like the whole thing is me upgrading players, because upgrading players does take a hot minute. But yeah, that's what I do. So let's go ahead and upgrade Turay. It looks like he had a decent year. He has 4 upgrade points. What do we want to go into? I kind of want to go into finesse move. I think I'm just going to go into speed rusher. That's really all I want him to do here at the D tackle spot. Just try to get pressure. I don't care if he can stop the run. I'm hoping my linebackers can take care of that. Behind him, I just want him to be able to get to the passer. Oh my, dude. +5 block shed, +4 power move. For some reason, defensive tackles just get monster upgrades in block shedding and power moves, and it's fantastic, dude. It'll help you out a lot. He's up to a 77 overall now. So it seems like the change for him to D-tackle worked out fantastically. Let's go ahead, and he's still a rookie. So we went from not a great player, really, to just having good finesse move, to now look at his stats. He's got good power moves, he's got good block shed, good tackling, great speed as a D-tackle. I'm really curious to see what kind of a year he had. And then DeMarcus Lawrence up there was 3, so we won the division at 10-6. So that's good to see. Quickly just check who won the MVP real quick. Tom Brady wins it for most likely his last year. Patty Mahomes up there. I like to see that as a Chiefs fan. Let's go ahead and take a look, though, at our stats for the year. Andrew Luck, nearly 4,000 yards, 35 touchdowns, a bit high on the picks, but I'll take it. 66% completion rates. Running the ball, Marlon Mack crossed 1,000 yards with 4 touchdowns. And then Hines adds 6 touchdowns on that. Ryan Grant was the leading receptionist with 88 receptions, 700 yards, and 10 touchdowns. Eric Ebron, 76 receptions, 900 yards, and 6 TDs. T.Y. Hilton, 66 receptions, taking a step back, 700, well, about 800 yards, 8 touchdowns, but definitely taking a step back here. And then Mo Alley Cox, 63 receptions, 700 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Marlon Mack actually did pretty good from the receiving game as well. Blocking, I think we did well. Yeah, we did do well. We were only sacked about 20 times. And I like what our offensive line is looking like. Maybe get a better left tackle, because Anthony Costanzo is getting up there in age. Other than that, I like where we're looking like on the offensive line side. 108 tackles here by Walker. 96 by Leonard. Sacks, what do we get? Oh my. 19.5 by DeMarcus Lawrence. Dude, he was a couple sacks off from breaking the record. You get 10 by Jabal Sheard, 8.5 by Kamoko Turay. I was hoping that would be a good fit there, and it really is. So I really like these pass rushers. If Jabal Sheard doesn't regress much, I definitely am planning on keeping him. Interceptions, we get 3 by Walker, 2 by Gathers, 2 by Hooker, 2 by Kenny Moore, and a couple of one-bombs here. So all in all, that's a great year defensively. Really good year defensively. And it was a decent year offensively. I like the way, our team played as a whole. So let's go ahead and hop into this playoff game against the Chargers, and we'll see what we can do against them. Alright guys, we are in the first playoff game. Year 1, we make the playoffs, fortunately, and we're going to be taking on the Chargers. So we'll see what we can do against them. I mean, we know the Chargers have a stacked team, but we finished pretty well. We had some decent sacks. DeMarcus Lawrence played a great role on defense, and I'm happy to see what he can do here. So we score 7 on the Chargers, 7-3 right now. We're about to get in the red zone. We actually are, and we score another touchdown. Our defense is stepping up. 3rd down alert. I'll take a field goal here, make it a 2-score game. And we got the ball back again? Alright, we're tearing up the Chargers right now. It's only the 3rd quarter, though, so we'll see if we can hang on to this lead. Chargers have it. They score a touchdown, 10-point game. Our running game's actually looks like it's working pretty decent. Oh, wow. Okay, now it's only a 6-point game, and this is when it gets hairy. We need... Oh, do not punt it back to, Okay. Well, we know the Chargers will score most likely. 3rd down alert. Yeah, okay, they score. Can Andrew Luck go down the field? 1 minute remaining, 3 timeouts. Okay, well, he can. That was answered. In a big way, he gets a touchdown as well. And we're going to win the first playoff game, and Andrew Luck impresses. There was a minute left. We had 3 timeouts. He marches down the field and gets us the victory. So I'm happy with this performance. We take out the Chargers 36-31. We're headed into Foxborough, and that's never a great place to play here. So I'm not thinking we're going to have as much success as we did against the Chargers. But we'll see. Tom Brady's coming off another MVP here, and they have home field advantage. So this is going to be a very tough game. We'll see how it goes, though. Right now it's 10-7. Patriots marching down the field, and they get a field goal. Still a 1-possession game. We have to quickly punt it back, and New England scores before half, like they're so good at doing. And okay. And the Patriots are probably just going to start beating up on us now. We can't move. Actually, we get a touchdown. We get the ball back again. If we can score here, this is big. Dude, if we beat the Patriots at Foxborough, that's going to be a huge step in the right direction. We got the ball. Can Andrew Luck put a drive together? We have to go for it on 4th and 22. All right. It's probably over here, though. Oh, yeah, it's over. So we lose here to the Patriots at Foxborough unless we get an onside kick recovery, which we do not. And to be honest, I wasn't thinking we were going to make a Super Bowl this year. I knew going into New England was going to be pretty tough, but the way our players did play, it does give me a lot of hope here heading into the next 4 years, because our defense played quite well with DeMarcus Lawrence, and we have a lot of upside here on the offense, especially the O-line, and we obviously have Andrew Luck, one of the better QBs, so I'm excited to see what we can get in the offseason free agency. Alright, so we're here in free agency. There definitely is some interesting names, but I think I'm going to just roll with Jamison Crowder here. Don't want to overspend the first year. I think I want to see what I can get through the draft before I want to start going out and spending a lot of money, but I do know we do need wide receiver help quite badly. So I'm going to go after Jamison Crowder. He's always a nice slot guy, so if I see him, I usually try to go after him. I was going to go after Darrell Williams here, but I feel like I go after him too much, so I'm not going to go after him this rebuild. Because I usually would bounce him over to left tackle since Costanzo is getting up there in age. But we'll try to find his replacement elsewhere. And other than that, yeah, I mean, this free agency period, there definitely were a couple of names, but they were up there in age, so I wasn't willing to give them a huge contract that's, you know, when they're already 27, 28. I just didn't think it was worth it. So we'll just see if Jamison Crowder accepts it. I'm hoping he does, because that would give us a pretty decent receiving core. It would give Andrew Luck, I think, the weapons that he needs. We got Marlon Mack, T.Y. Hilton, Eric Ebron, and now we got Jamison Crowder. So that's a great signing, and I'm excited to see what he can do next year. So we're in the draft, guys, and I was going to go offensive line, but of course, you know, Philadelphia snagged him right before I picked. So I can't go offensive line now. I do have a couple prospects later, though. But, yeah, I think I'm going to have to go defensive line here. I know our ends are pretty set right now, but I'd love to get another defensive tackle to go along with Toure. But the defensive tackles that were on the top of the board are taken. So I'm thinking about taking an end here and maybe transferring him over. And I like Jachai Polite here. He's got a really good stats. He's got B- power moves, and we know pass rushers that move inside are nasty for whatever reason here in Madden. So I think I'm going to roll with this guy. He's a late first round talent. We're picking late first round. He's a 76 overall. He's got quick development. I'm happy with it. Let's check out his stats. He's got 80 power moves. To be honest, he kind of looks more like a defensive tackle to me in the first place, with low finesse move, better strength, better power move. So I think the defensive tackle spot is going to fit him well, and I like the pick. Now keep in mind, we do have those 2 second-round picks for trading Jack Doyle to the Lions. So let's go ahead and see. Man, I'm really wanting to go with a wide receiver, to be honest. I'm just not sure who. Riley Ridley is a person I might want to go for. I just got DK Metcalf in my last rebuild, so I don't really want to go for him. I've never taken N'Keal Harry. I'm wondering how he'll be, because we do need some possession guys. He's a red zone threat, not the fastest guy, but we'll roll with him. We'll see what he's got. He's 6'4". Well, he's 73 overall, but he's got star development. So, I mean, I think that might be worth it. I know he doesn't have the best stats, even though they're not bad. They're not horrible. I mean, he's got a little bad release, medium route running, and deep route running, but he has a lot of upside. Plus, being 6'4", star development, I still like the pick, because that star development is very good to have. You can upgrade quite rapidly with players that have that. So I'm excited, actually. I think he'll be our second starting receiver this year. I mean, that definitely would have been a bit of a bummer if he didn't even have star development, but at least he had star development here. We're back here in the second round. To be honest, I think I'm going to have to go offensive line, even though it might be a bit of a reach. We don't really need D tackles right now. Actually, is there an outside linebacker that is a good run stopper still available? That guy has B+ block shed. That's really good. He's not going to be the fastest guy. This guy has a 4.83. What does this guy run? Okay. Well, I think we're going to roll with this guy. And if we get Andrew Van Ginkel here, I think that will complete our linebacking core already. Because, yeah, we'll have a pretty good one. Let's go ahead and see what he's looking like. 78 overall. Wow. He's a run stopper. He's not going to be the best pass coverage guy. But if he can stop the run well, I think we're going to be in a pretty good spot. Maybe get that zone coverage up a little bit. But besides that, he's looking good. I like his stats with his strength. He actually has okay speed with 78. Good tackling and good block shed. I can't tell you how tempting it is to go after LJ Scott here. Look at those stats. Are you insane? A- trucking. A- break tackle. But we don't need a running back. I'm going to put my faith here in Marlon Mack. And we're going to try to address our left tackle situation. I know it's not the best, position to take, but we're going to go with it. This guy definitely isn't looking like he's going to be an elite one, but he has 38 reps. And he's the first in the left tackle bench category, so we're going to take him. Please don't be a bust. Okay. Well, he's a bust. That's unfortunate. I would have definitely taken a running back over him. That hurts. That hurts really bad. Well, I guess with that botched tackle pick, we're going to have to go with somebody else. But to be honest, we don't really need a lot of defense help right now. I mean, maybe a cornerback, yeah, but we don't really have a cornerback on the board that's of any value. So I think I'm going to go running back, see if I get lucky. I really like Rodney Anderson here. He's got a 7.5 combine grade. He's got great overall stats, a decent 40. We'll roll with him. We'll see what he is. He's a 77 overall. So I think he might take the place of Hines, actually, and be the second running back here to Marlon Mack. We might actually throw Hines on the trade block before his contract does come up, because I definitely am not going to re-sign him if I do sign Marlon Mack. So that's probably the smart decision. Throw him on the trade block. But that's going to be the last pick I show you guys here. So let's go ahead and hop into year 2 and take a look at the squad. So back here at year 2, and I really actually do like where we're at. We're definitely improving quite rapidly. Our offensive line is actually the same completely. I wasn't able to replace Costanzo, and he does look like he can serve another year at a decent level with only 79 overall. But next year is going to be the year we got to replace him. Eric Ebron, he upgraded a little bit in the offseason. Wide receivers are going to be a little different. We still have T.Y. Hilton. I'm going to start N'Keal Harry at the number 2 spot just because I do believe Jamison Crowder is more of a slot guy. That's just his role. So he's going to be in the slot for us, and I'm hoping N'Keal Harry can upgrade into maybe even be that #1 receiver once Hilton starts going downhill. We have Andrew Luck still, Marlon Mack. It is going to be a split backfield. Marlon Mack is going to be our 3rd down running back, but Anderson here is going to be our power back because he has amazing skills for it. And I did put Hines on the trade block, but I'm surprised I'm not getting any offers for him. Defensively, though, our defensive line, I really like where it is. Jabal Sheard didn't lose any upgrade points, which is good, so that means we can keep him another year. I'm hoping he doesn't regress much, because if he doesn't regress much, him and DeMarcus Lawrence could be really good together. Inside, we have Teray, who we know is really good on the inside. Polite, I'm hoping, can be really good as our #1 draft pick. I'm hoping that pick does pay off. So defensive line as a whole, yeah, I'm liking it. Cornerback core, I would say, is probably our weakest position by far. Kenny Moore II didn't upgrade at all. Neither did Wilson. So, yeah, we're going to have to upgrade that in the offseason for sure. Linebacking core, though, is probably taken care of. I did move Darius Leonard to the middle linebacker spot just because he wasn't getting enough tackles for me. Like, he wasn't leading our team in tackles or in any category, really. So, I want to put him at the middle linebacker spot. I want him to be, you know, just the face of the defense because he definitely has the skill set to do it. So we'll see what he can do from there. I did move Walker over to left outside linebacker, and then Van Ginkel, our rookie, is going to be at our right outside linebacker. So our linebacking core is actually looking pretty good and should be complete the whole rebuild. Safeties are also looking pretty good with Malik Hooker here and Clayton Geathers. So yeah, that's what our team is looking like. Let's go ahead and set our season goal. We made the playoffs last year. I'd be surprised if we didn't make the playoffs, but you never know with Madden. Let's just go 10 wins to be safe. And let's go ahead and hop to mid-season. So we're back here at mid-season, and we're 3-4. Dang it, dude. Come on, really? Well, that's disappointing the least bit, bro. Are you kidding? We're at the bottom. Well, we're nearly the bottom of the division. Tied for the worst. Jacksonville's ahead of us. And the Texans look like they're about to go on a roll. So last year was probably our best year to try and get it. But hopefully we can upgrade and possibly get up there. But we don't know. I guess this year isn't over yet. We can still take the division. Let's go ahead and take a look at the players that we're going to have to re-sign here. Eric Ebron. I do want to bring him back. I really like Eric Ebron. So he's definitely coming back. Yeah, now Jabal Sheard. He's really like... I don't know if I want to bring him back. I mean, he's only 27. He's an 87 overall. He hasn't started regressing yet. And even if he does, he's got to regress in the 3rd year. And that still leaves him with 2 decent years where he's probably above an 80 overall. So I'm probably actually going to try to bring back Jabal Sheard. Ryan Kelly, he's got to come back. He's our starting center. Kenny Moore. I mean, he's an 81 overall, but he just hasn't impressed me. So I guess if he has a decent year this year, I'll try to bring him back. But, well, actually, he could still be a good slot guy, so I'm probably going to try to bring him back anyway. Anthony Costanzo, I'm going to let him go. That's going to clear up a lot of cap for us. Not going to re-sign our punter. Jacoby Brissett, I'm going to let him go. That should clear up a lot of room as well. So, yeah, we should have a decent amount of cap room still. Because if we do sign Kenny Moore, Ryan Kelly, Jabal Sheard, and Eric Ebron, they don't want too beefy of contracts, so that's not a bad offer at all for either of them. So try to get these re-signings done, and then I'll see you guys at the end of the season. So no playoffs here for us in year 2. That's a little bit tough. What did we finish? We finished 7-9. Dang. Okay. Well, this division was really tough this year. 9-6-1. The Jags were 10-6. Titans 12-4. Texans. So all in all, it was a pretty tough division, but it's tough that we couldn't at least get the same amount of wins as last year. Let's go ahead and upgrade. Marlon Mack. So I did change the scheme a little bit. I changed it, I think, to a run and shoot scheme. So we are gonna have to try to get Marlon Mack to be a better receiving back, even though he's already a decent one. I think this might be a good scheme fit for us. So I'll go ahead and show you it and show you the upsides of it. You know, like what each position needs to be scheme fits. So let's go ahead and go into the scheme here. We have a lot of people that are pretty close to scheme fit, though. So the run and shoot, field general, the quarterback one doesn't matter as much to me. It really only matters to me mainly for like the wide receivers, which are slot, which we do have a lot of possession wide receivers. We got a vertical threat tight end, and getting agile linemen is a pain. So any scheme that has agile linemen as a main focus point is really tough to get, especially because they're not that good either. They're not going to have great strength. So I usually don't roll with that. So this is pretty good with all pass protectors. On the O-line, we already got a couple people with scheme fit there, so I'm hoping that we had a decent year on the offense, and if we did, we'll be able to stick with this. Quentin Nelson coming in with 4 upgrade points again. Defensively, our defensive tackles are upgrading, dude. Teray, another 4 upgrade points, I'll take it. I'm just going to keep on going into speed rusher for him. I mean, why not? Why not get a speed rusher all the way up? Oh, wow, he gets up to an 80 overall. He must, yeah, he's scheme fit now. But I still want him to be a speed rusher, to be honest. So I'm going to keep on going into speed rusher, even if it gives him not scheme fit. Just because getting a speed rusher defensive tackle is it's one of my favorite things to do, just because they can get a lot of sacks from the inside once they start getting high overalls here. Look at his stats. You guys seen the way he started. He started like a scrub out here. Look what he's upgraded into. I mean, that strength is still going to be a problem, but good God. 94 block shed, 87 power move. I mean, he's insane. Polite has a couple upgrade points. Let's go ahead and go into stats, though. I want to see how we did as a whole team this year. Andrew Luck, oh, that doesn't look good. What did Andrew Luck do? 3,700 yards, 26 touchdowns, 10 picks, 61% completion rate. I mean, that's not horrible. It's not horrible. It's not good, though. Marlon Mack, 1,000 yards here, 8 touchdowns. Keep in mind, it was a split backfield. So when the power plays came in, Rodney Anderson did take the place of Marlon Mack. So he got about 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. All in all, I'd say it's a pretty good year for the running backs. I mean, not outstanding by any means, but it'll get the job done. It's serviceable. Receiving the ball, N'Keal Harry leads the team in receptions. That's good to see. 74, 600 yards, 2 touchdowns. T.Y. Hilton, 72 receptions, 800 yards, 7 TDs. Eric Ebron, 700 yards, 3 touchdowns. And then Jamison Crowder does great in the slot. I'm telling you guys, look at this. 67 receptions and about 900 yards, 10 TDs. And then Marlon Mack has continued to do great from the receiving game. Blocking, it looked like we got sacked a lot, did we? Yeah, we did get sacked quite a lot. Our tackles couldn't hold up. And I think it's time to move on from Anthony Costanzo. So that's going to be a huge point to try to fix this offseason. Defensively, we get 125 tackles from Anthony Walker. Darius Leonard up there with 124. I like to move to middle linebacker for him. Sacks, we get 19.5 by DeMarcus Lawrence. Second straight year he gets 19.5. 6.5 by Teray. 4.5 by Polite. Where is Jabal Sheard at? He only gets 1.5 sacks. That's a little unfortunate. We just signed him to a monster contract. Interceptions. Oh, wow. We struggled getting picks. 3 by Gethers, and then oh, wow. DeMarcus Lawrence has an interception, dude. So, I mean, we just struggled getting turnovers, it looked like. But our offense played decent, and our defense did play quite good sacks-wise. Let's go ahead and see who won the MVP real quick before we hop into free agency. Kyler Murray for the Giants wins it. That's nice to see. Are we in the conversation at all? Wow, we're not. I was hoping maybe DeMarcus Lawrence would be up there after the year he had, but that's going to be it here for year 2. Bit unfortunate we didn't make the playoffs, but we can go ahead and hop into free agency and hopefully make a couple good signings. So we're here in free agency at the end of year 2, and I mean, I don't know if I want to offer any contracts here because I'm just not, I mean, the players I'm looking for just aren't in this free agency. Like, we don't need Ngakoue here. We don't need a running back. I was looking for a wide receiver, but as you can see, there's not really an elite one, and I do want an elite wide receiver, so I'm waiting to kind of save my money to go out and get a big free agent when they hit the board, because I'm sure before this rebuild's over, a huge free agent's going to hit the market. So I think I'm just going to save my money. I like where we're at right now. We probably have a decently high pick, top 15. We finished 7 and 9, so I think I might just try to build through the draft this year and not really sign anybody in free agency this year at all. Alright guys, I did want to try to put a trade together. T.Y. Hilton does end up regressing. I've ran into that same problem 2 straight times when I've tried to rebuild the Colts, and I think I want to get rid of him a little bit earlier than later. It's better safe than sorry, you know. Do it the Bill Belichick way. Get rid of him a couple years earlier than, you know, you should, and you might get a little bit more for him. But I definitely do want to try to get an elite receiver. So I think T.Y. Hilton, an 89 overall. I'm trying to go after Stefon Diggs, who's a 95 overall here. So I feel like if we add in a 2nd and 3rd round pick, that would be a fair offer. I don't know if Stefon Diggs is going to get a 1st round pick, but I think if we give him T.Y. Hilton a 2nd and a 3rd, it's going to be pretty close. It is very close. Maybe if we give him a future 1st, because I don't want to give up my 1st this year. What if we give up a 1st next year plus a 3rd this year? How would that work out? Okay, it's very close again. What if we give up a 2nd round this year and a 1st next year? Would that work? Okay, we're gonna have to give up a 1st this year. I didn't want to have to do it, but we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to give him a 1st this year. Oh, that's very tough, but you're not gonna find a 95 overall receiver everywhere. I want to get an elite receiver for Andrew Luck. So let's go ahead and see if they accept this. Wow, come on, bro. What do you want from me? Will you accept a 3rd round? Okay, so they accept it. We have to end up giving way too much, I believe, for Stefon Diggs. We have to give up T.Y. Hilton, who's only 6 below him, but T.Y. Hilton starts to regress pretty badly. We give up a 1st round pick, which I would have thought would have been enough, but we had to give up a 3rd round pick as well. So we're going to be short-handed this upcoming draft in picks, but we have an elite receiver who's not going to regress and should improve throughout the rest of the rebuild. So I'm happy with this trade. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. So doing a draft recap here, I know we had to give up quite a few picks, a 1st and a 3rd for that trade for Stefon Diggs, but I think it ended up working out because we did get our left tackle, hopefully, who is going to last the rest of the rebuild. He's only a 76 overall, but he's a decent left tackle. He's got good strength. He's got decent pass blocking. He's already a scheme fit. That impact blocking could use a little bit of work. Well, some major work. Let's say that. But his awareness is actually pretty good for a rook. So I'm happy with that. I think he should be able to be a decent left tackle who's already the 24th ranked in the league. And then, yeah, not much else besides that at all. I did get a cornerback that I might start across from Kenny Moore. I know he's only a 72 overall, but when you look at his skills, he's got decent ones. He's not going to be the fastest guy, but he's got decent zone, decent press. So I just want to see how he does. For some reason, rookie corners can get a lot of XP and a lot of upgrade points in 1 year, so we don't have any great cornerbacks anyway, so why not try him out and see what he can do for us. But let's go ahead and take a look at the squad here in year 3. Alright, year 3 is upon us here, and I'm really liking the way our team is looking. I know I say that every year usually, but I mean, I do. It's getting better. We still do have a decent offensive line, well, a great offensive line, except the left tackle position. Hoping he can upgrade a little bit, but at least he's scheme fit. We still have Eric Ebron, receivers. Made that big move, traded for Stefon Diggs, and actually I really like that trade as well, because getting rid of T.Y. Hilton cleared up a lot of cap room. He had like a 13 mil cap hit. So Stefon Diggs does not have that much of a cap hit. He's already a 95 overall and should continue to improve. So I think a 1st round pick and a 3rd round pick plus T.Y. Hilton was actually worth it, just because he's not going to regress and he's an elite receiver for us. We obviously have N'Keal Harry still going to be the number 2 guy, and then Jamison Crowder is going to stay in the slot. I gave Marlon Mack both the startings where he's going to get the power running back starts and the 3rd down running back starts. I just want to see like what numbers can he put up behind a good offensive line. I mean, it's not shabby. Interiorly especially is really good. Still have Andrew Luck. Defensively, I really like that as well. Defensive line is shaping to be nice. We have Jabal Sheard still. He's not regressing. DeMarcus Lawrence is up to a 96 overall. Teray's upgraded well from the D-tackle spot. And then Polite, I'm hoping, can upgrade just like Teray. Cornerbacks, I'm hoping that they can get a little bit better. Kenny Moore hasn't upgraded well at all. I put Wilson back in the slot, and I'm going to start Stark across from Kenny Moore here just to see what he can do. Safeties are still basically the same with Malik Hooker and Clayton Geathers, and then linebackers are the same as well. So, I mean, when you look at our stats, we got a 93 overall offense and an 89 overall defense. So I think we should make the playoffs, hopefully. In year 3, if we do, that would be a pretty big sign, but we got a lot of cap room now. We got like 60 mil, but I think we do have to re-sign Andrew Luck before this rebuild is over, so that's going to take quite a bit of money to do. But let's go ahead and simulate the midseason. Hopefully we got a good record this time. You know, I don't want to see no 3-4 crap. I want to see undefeated. That's what I want to see. Well, I guess Madden was listening because we are 3-4 again. Once more, dude. I don't get it. Crap. And the Texans are 8-0. Come on. Oh, dude. I'm so sick of this crap. I don't get it how we're only 3-4, though. Well, let's go and check out the players we're going to have to negotiate with. Man, that's a bummer. That's a freaking bummer, dude. But Malik Hooker, he's coming back. Marlon Mack, I mean, he's an 85 overall, but he just hasn't had great years. But how much of a cap hit's that? Well, it's not much of a cap hit, so we might as well bring him back. Anthony Walker, I want him to come back. I wouldn't be mad if we let go of Quincy Wilson, but he doesn't have a huge cap hit if we re-sign him. So I'll probably try to bring him back. And besides that, that's going to be it. So we're going to try to bring back Wilson, Walker, Mack, and Hooker. Well, after a horrible start to the freaking season at 3-4, we come back and finish 9-7. I'll take that. I'll take it. So we won 6 games here at the midpoint and only lose 3. So we finished 9-7, but we got to go to Foxborough. Hopefully Tom Brady is retired. One can hope. Only one can hope. So who do we want to upgrade here? Let's go ahead and upgrade the right tackle. I'd love to get him scheme fit. Actually, that's not going to happen because his scheme fit's agile. That's way too far. I'm just going to go into power for him, I guess. See, I changed back to spread offense and everything changed. So I don't know. I guess I'm just going to stick with spread offense for every rebuild I do because it gives me the most realistic stats. I've been trying to mess around with other schemes and it just doesn't work out. So I don't know what it is. Even when I have almost everybody's scheme fit, it just doesn't work out no matter what scheme I use. Unless I'm using spread. And I'm using spread and I don't have a lot of scheme guys and we ended up doing well. So I'm just going to stick with that. Man, look at those upgrade points. 5 apiece for the D-tackles? Well, let's go ahead and go with Polite here. We'll go ahead and go into his speed rushing ability. I want to see what he can get up to. Alright, get a couple finesse moves there for him. I think the speed rusher is the best way to go for D-tackle, but you can get power move, block shed. I mean, you can get quite a lot from the D. Let's go into power moves once, actually, and see what we get from there. Oh, no, that's where we want to go. We want to go into the power rusher and get those block shed up. And then let's go ahead and finish 1 in speed rusher. He's up to an 84 overall just from those upgrades. What's his ratings looking like now? Yeah, that's the way to do it, dude. Move some of these defensive ends to D-tackles, and they upgraded ferociously. That's pretty insane how good they can upgrade. So we finished 9-7. The Texans are 13-3. Go and check out the stats for the year. Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, that spread offense is the way to roll. Todd Gurley wins MVP. Kyler Murray coming in at number 2. No, we haven't even been mentioned in the MVP lately at all. Go and check out what Andrew Luck did. Put together a decent season, a pretty good one actually. 4,000 yards, 28 TDs to 7 interceptions, 63% completion rate. He had a 100 passer rating. Running the ball, Marlon Mack, 1,100 yards, 9 TDs. He averaged 4 yards a carry, so yeah, we re-signed him, and I'm happy with that performance. because we're probably going to be more of a passing team, to be honest, anyway, with the additions of Stefon Diggs. 72 receptions, 1,200 yards, 13 TDs by Jamison Crowder, which is very impressive. Stefon Diggs comes in with 70 receptions, 900 yards, 7 TDs. Eric Ebron, 700 yards, no TDs. That's rough. N'Keal Harry, 64 receptions, 600 yards, and 2 TDs. So I thought we'd be a little bit more explosive from the receiver department. Our left tackle allowed 10 sacks, so besides that, we did okay, except our center allowing 8. As a center, how do you allow 8 sacks? 114 tackles, though, by Leonard. 111 by Walker. Sacks-wise, we get 12.5 by Teray, 10.5 by Lawrence, 8.5 by Polite, 4 by Walker, 2.5 by Sheard. Interceptions, 4 by Wilson, 2 by Leonard, 2 by Moore, and 1 by Stark. So I'll take it. All in all, we got to the playoffs. Although we barely reached the playoffs, but at least we made it, and we're going to be taking on the Patriots. So let's go ahead and see who's going to be victorious in this wild card matchup. So we're in the playoffs here against the Patriots, and Nick Foles is going to be taking the spot of Tom Brady, so we'll see how he can do. I'm hoping we can do something, though, against the Patriots. We score 7 real quick. The Patriots are just marching down the field. They score 7 as well, but so do we. Our defense has got to step up, though. This cannot be a freaking barn burner at Foxborough. Yeah, if we got a chance, our defense is going to have to do something. We score a touchdown, but the Patriots, okay, we stop them. But we're starting to struggle a little bit to move as well. Fourth quarter's here. This is where it's going to start getting gnarly. Red zone alerts, and we score. We take a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter. We get the ball back? Oh, bro. 3 possessions? If anybody can do it, it is Nick Foles, but we'll see what he can do. I'm hoping we can just chew the clock out, please. Oh, wow. We win it just like that, dude. Just like that. Andrew Luck did not have a freaking great day, though. 45% completion rates? Oh, wow. We're lucky we won that, dude. We're real lucky. But we win at 31-21. Now let's go ahead and jump into the divisional round. Well, we're going to be playing the Texans here, and that's going to be a tough division rival to face in the playoffs. But we'll see what we can do. They've caused trouble for me in the past rebuilds, but I'm hoping we can get a W over them. 4th down alert. Keep this drive alive? Oh, no. I was going to wonder, why would they go for it there? The Texans are driving, and they score. Really? Our offense is going to struggle here? Red zone alerts, please get a touchdown. All right, but the Texans are moving very quickly. They score a field goal. We still have a chance. Oh, we turned it over. Why? Andrew Luck, you gotta protect the ball in this situation. Why would he turn it over with 40 seconds remaining? Okay, well, it's about to get out of hand, and I think it already has. Dude. Andrew Luck is just, I don't know, come the playoff time, he just has not played great, and that's going to be another L for us in the playoffs, dude. Come on. Gosh, dang it. I thought we had that, dude. I thought we were going to go all the way to the Super Bowl, but you can't when you got a 43% completion rate by your quarterback. What is that? No touchdowns. Okay. We're just going to hop into free agency, dude. There's not much I got to say nice about my team right now. Alright, guys, we're here in free agency, and there definitely is some interesting signings. So let's go ahead and get into who I'm going to sign. My negotiations are going to be with Christian McCaffrey. I know it's going to be a little weird because we do have Marlon Mack, and we signed him to a monster contract, but I don't know. I mean, at the end of the year, 1,000 yards isn't going to cut it. I need a little bit more. And I know Christian McCaffrey is going to be a great receiving back. Switching to that spread offense, we need a great receiving back. Marlon Mack's a decent one, but he just hasn't shown me or put up the numbers, really, to show me that he's going to be an elite running back. And I think McCaffrey, with that 97 overall, will come in and make an immediate impact. Nobody's offering him a contract, so I'm just going to throw an offer out there. We got a decent amount of cap. So why not try it? And then I'm also going to go after Garson Conley here. We do need cornerback help really bad. So I think this would help out drastically and give us actually a serviceable cornerback core finally. Heading into year 4, I was going to go after Keenan Allen and just load the receivers down, but I mean, the Dolphins are offering him an extreme amount, so I'm not willing to do that really. The other offer I was going to go after was Chris Godwin, but we still do have N'Keal Harry. So I don't want to give up on him yet. So I kind of like where we're at right now, just those 2 offers. And we'll see if they accept it. So let's go ahead and advance forward. Please accept it. At least, oh wow, okay. So Conley rejected it, but at least McCaffrey did accept it. That's going to help out a lot. But we're still going to have some cornerback issues, which is going to be a little concerning. Maybe I could actually trade Marlon Mack for a corner, possibly. That could be something I could try to pull together here before the draft. I'll see what I can do. Well, I tried to pull together a trade for a corner, and it just didn't work out. Nobody really was willing to give up a corner that I was looking for Marlon Mack, or even with picks, unfortunately. But here's a quick draft recap. Nobody really that's going to help out. We picked a little bit too late to get one of those top corners that I was looking at, unfortunately, again. But yeah, we really didn't get anybody that's going to start at all. So it's basically going to be the same roster here heading into the next year. Just hoping that Madden, you know, can give me a break here and let me make the playoffs and possibly win the Super Bowl. That would be great. 4th year here, and offensive line is looking the same. Same quarterback, same receivers. I did just put Jamison Crowder here above N'Keal Harry, but he still is going to be my slot guy. So he'll still just play that number 2 receiver spot, but when we go into 3 wide receiver packages, he's going to bounce inside back to the slot. I just want to get Jamison Crowder on the field more, just because he's really good. He's got superstar development now, so he could end up being a monster, and then N'Keal Harry can still bounce outside when Crowder does bounce inside to the slot. So I like that. Christian McCaffrey coming in from free agency. I'm hoping he has a very big impact. I'm hoping he does, at least, because he's going to be a nice receiving back. He can also run. He's real fast, actually, so I'm excited to see what he can do for us. Defensively, we do have a just disgusting defensive line. I mean, we have Jabal Sheard. He's going to be one of the main run stoppers on our team on the defensive line. DeMarcus Lawrence can pretty much do it all. And then our defensive tackles have just upgraded greatly. Polite and Teray are just going to be really tough to stop. They're going to be good power rushers. They're going to be good finesse move pass rushers. They got great block shed. I mean, everything you would want, they really do have. The only thing is, this year, I think we're going to have a lot of re-signings to do for the rooks. We're going to have to re-sign Quentin Nelson. We're going to have to re-sign, I believe, Teray. We're going to have some signings. Cornerbacks we haven't been able to find the cornerbacks, to be honest. There really hasn't been an elite one in free agency, and by the time I picked in the draft, the ones I've wanted have just been gone. So it's just been an unfortunate thing to happen there. We just haven't been able to fix that need. But safeties, Clayton Geathers hasn't upgraded like I thought he would. Malik Hooker has, though. And our linebacking core really has stayed solid throughout this whole rebuild. So here in year 4, I mean, we got to make a push. We got to at least make the playoffs. So I'm going to set that as our season goal, to make the playoffs. If we don't make the playoffs, we're going to be in some serious trouble. So let's go ahead and simulate it again to midseason and hope, you know, we don't have that garbage record we've been having these last few years. Now, this has got to be a bug. There's no way for 3 straight years we start out 3-4. Gosh dang it, dude. Are you kidding? What is that? I don't know what to do. I really don't. I mean, look at my ratings here. I'm talking about a 97 overall offense and a 91 overall defense. I don't know what Madden wants from me. I don't know how I can build this team any better. I really don't. I really freaking don't. That's unfortunate. Oh, that's just gonna make me heated, bro. I just can't even think about it. Well, Quentin Nelson's going to have to be re-signed here. Andrew Luck's going to have to be re-signed to Ray. Leonard Smith. I'm going to let Hines walk. And those are going to be the main guys I'm going to try to bring back here. So just going to try to bring back Hines, Smith, Leonard, Teray, Luck, and Nelson. But that should take up a beefy amount of our cap right there. And then we finish 9-7 again. I mean, we're in the playoffs, but are you going to tell me that's not a little bit weird? That we finished 3-4 last year, finished 9-7, and then finished 3-4 and finished 9-7 again? Dude, I don't know. I think it might be like some sort of bug, though, for real, because I don't get that. Especially when we're, like, turning into a god squad here. Defensively, especially. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. We win the division, at least, at 9-7. Let's go ahead and check out our stats real quick. Andrew Luck doesn't have a great year, it doesn't look like. Offensively, we're struggling. And I mean, we're going to have to put that on Andrew Luck's back here. Because he hasn't put up the yards or the TDs that I would hope he would. He puts up 3,800 yards, 32 TDs, 13 picks. I mean, it's okay. Christian McCaffrey comes in, puts up 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. I'll take that all day. Receiving the ball, 73 receptions, leads the team by Stefon Diggs, 800 yards, nearly 900, and 6 TDs. Jamison Crowder puts up about 950, 7 TDs. Eric Ebron, 700 yards, 7 TDs. N'Keal Harry, 500 yards, 5 TDs. And then McCaffrey doing work from the receiving game. Blocking the ball here. What do we do? Left tackle allows 16 sacks. Alright, our offensive line's starting to fall apart a little bit somehow. When Quentin Nelson's nearly a 99 overall and he's allowing 9 sacks. Makes a lot of sense, you know, it really does. 93 tackles by Darius Leonard, 87 by Walker here. Sacks we get 12 by Teray, 11.5 by DeMarcus Lawrence, 10.5 by Polite. Nice to see we get 3 double-digit sack guys on our team. And then 8 by Jabal Sheard. Our defense is stepping up. Our defense is stepping up. Quincy Wilson with 3 picks, 2 by Leonard, 2 by Stark, and then a couple of 1-bombs here. Again, though, I just don't get why we're struggling offensively. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I mean, we got a lot of talent. We got nobody in the MVP conversation again. I mean, we're in year 4 here. I guess the only bright spot is if we make it to year 5 and make the playoffs, I can jump in and play some of the moments. Hopefully get to the Super Bowl, but we got to take on the division rival Jacksonville Jags. And I'm ready to take all my anger out on them. Come on, Andrew Luck. We need this W. We need this W. I want to make it to the Super Bowl. So we're back in the playoffs again. Still in the wild card round. Can't seem to get a bye to save our life. But we still won the division, but we're taking on Jacksonville here in the wild card, hoping we can get a W in year 4. Because if we don't and we have to push it to year 5, I'm a little worried. But I'm hoping we could still get it done if we had to, but I'm hoping it doesn't have to come to that. 3-3 game, it's a low-scoring affair. Okay, we finally get a touchdown. I'll take it. We got the ball back. Are we in field? Oh, that's a long field goal, but we nail it. But Jacksonville has the ball, and they're about to score again. Oh, no. Okay, we got to stop somehow. But we didn't score. They have it back. They tie it. Come on, can we take a lead late? In the 4th, Andrew Luck, please step up. I need you to do something. All right. Oh, field goal? I don't trust this at all. Not one bit. Okay, and I shouldn't have. 4 points down, 3 timeouts. Can Andrew Luck lead us to the promised lands? 8 seconds. Oh, you hate to see it. You hate to see Trubisky. Oh, really? What the? Trubisky's the quarterback? Okay. He threw 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. And he beat us. Andrew Luck has got to play better. I don't know what it is. In the playoffs, it's like he just this franchise has got to be cursed, bro. In Madden, I don't know. It's been extremely weird. But I guess we'll have to jump into free agency here, heading into year 5. Alright guys, I'm just going to tell you, this free agency period is juicy, bro. Look at all these free agents available. DJ Moore, who we're going to offer a contract to. And could you imagine if we get DJ Moore with Stefon Diggs and Jamison Crowder, bro? That would really be nasty, for real, dude. And then I'm also going to go after James Daniels, not to replace Quentin Nelson, but our right guard is regressing a bit, so I'd love to bounce over Daniels to right guard. And then our run game might just be through the roof next year because our interior O-line would be quite good. So yeah, this free agency is really good, but good lord, dude, if we get DJ Moore, that's going to be massive, an addition to the team. This late in the rebuild, that's what we need. We need big signings. And they both accepted. That is so big because that gives us 2 elite players in the late rounds of this rebuild. That's really good. So let's go ahead and do a quick draft recap. After the draft here, didn't get many people that are going to start. I only got one guy that probably will make the starting squad here, and it's going to be Spencer Rhodes. He's going to be a nice slot corner for us. He's going to have star development, so if we do make the playoffs, I'm definitely going to have him on the focus training, getting some extra XP. But, yeah, I don't know if I want to play him as our second corner or third, because when Wilson played as our third cornerback, our slot guy, he got 4 upgrade points that year, so that might be, I mean, he got 4 picks. So that might be where he's better suited for, and this guy might be a decent outside guy. I don't know, that speed's a little worrying, but he's got decent tackling, so, but he is a slot cornerback, I guess, so he should be playing the slot with 78 tackling. That's pretty nice. Here at year 5, and that means it is Super Bowl or bust, so that's what we're going to set our season goal to. So let's go ahead and take one final look at the year 5 team. We got Andrew Luck up to a 92 overall. We got Christian McCaffrey nearly a 99 overall, 1 point away. DJ Moore is 99 overall. We got Stefon Diggs. We got Jamison Crowder as our slot guy. Eric Ebron's held on to his 90 overall pretty much the whole rebuild. He's actually upgraded a little bit as well. We got Brandon Smith here up to an 89 overall, our right tackle. James Daniels, Kelly, Quentin Nelson, Robertson. That's one of the weak links on our offensive line, but even so, he's got B- there. And the rest of our offensive line has A's, so our run game should be pretty good. Defensively, let's go ahead and start with the linebackers. Gardner hasn't upgraded as fast as I would hope he did, but he's, actually no, that's Van Ginkel. This is, who's this? This guy's a rookie who's starting. I don't know, yeah, I'm definitely not going to be starting this guy. So I'm going to move this Van Ginkel back to right outside linebacker. And then we'll have Darius Leonard, Walker. Gathers is starting to regress a little bit. He's down to an 80 overall. But Malik Hooker's up to a 94 overall. We still have Kenny Moore. He's up to an 85 overall. Quincy Nelson, up to an 82 overall. And then Rhodes is up to a 76 overall, the rookie first-round draft pick I just got in this last draft class. And then our best defensive spot is definitely the defensive line. I'm very surprised Sheard is held on to his 88 overall. Touré's upgraded well, and so has Polite. I did not know our defensive tackles would turn into this because they've upgraded fantastically. And then DeMarcus Lawrence is up to a 94 overall. But go ahead and look at these guys' stats real quick. Touré's a superstar, and then look at all of his ratings, bro. I mean, that didn't take too long to get all the way up there, and he started out kind of like a scrub. He didn't have great ratings. And then look at this guy's ratings as well. I mean, the defensive tackles, they got some great upgrades. When you hit their, if you go into Speed Rusher, there was times where I would get +4 finesse move and +5 power move, dude. That's pretty good, but that's going to be it here for the year 5 team look at, I guess. So let's go ahead and go all the way to the end of the season. I'm not going to check back here at midseason because I'm not going to need to re-sign anybody, so we're just going to simulate straight to the end of the year and see if we're in the playoffs, and I'm hoping we are, considering It's the final year. Just simulating these last few weeks here. Come on, please, dude. Don't do this to me where I'm not... Man, what? That sucks. We finish 8-8. Come on. Now that is crap. We have a... Oh, I'm heated. I'm heated about that. There's not much I can say. I just don't get how I keep on getting cheated out of the playoffs with this Madden cheese, bro. That's so irritating. I just don't know what to do about it either. I mean, I'm building God squads out here, especially this one. The offensive line was great. We have Andrew Luck. The receivers we had were just outrageous. McCaffrey's up to a 99 overall. Our defensive line was getting sacks. I mean, let's go ahead and check out the stats, I guess. See what went wrong, because it doesn't look like Andrew Luck struggled. And he had a great year. 4,400 yards, 34 touchdowns, 5 picks. Running the ball, McCaffrey, 1,300 yards, 14 touchdowns. I mean, what do you want from my team? Defensively, do we struggle anywhere? Sacks-wise? I mean, we got to the quarterback. 2 double-digit sacks from our D tackles. Yeah, that's really one I'm not going to get with all these stats. Whatever, man. I mean, that's crazy how we don't make the playoffs there. That's really crazy. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments. I cannot believe it that we didn't make the playoffs. That's very unfortunate, but let me know who you guys do want to see next time down in the comments section below. And I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. I will see you guys next rebuild. Peace out.